Okay, so this is the OnePlus 13, and I've had it for a month now. So I want to share with you guys my thoughts and opinions, experience of using this phone because it is super good. And I've also been using the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra and kind of switching back and forth. And its main competitor right now, I think right now, is the S25 Ultra. And it's good. Like, this right here competes very well with it. I don't want to start things off with design. So as you can see in the back right here, we have a silicone polymer back, which is eco leather friendly, and I'm all for it. I personally like this blue color, especially when you're holding it in the hand. It has a tight grip, so it's not going to really fall out. But I do use a case, and I've been using this case right here from Fiberborn, and it does have MagSafe, so I'll be leaving a link in the description down below if you want to check it out. But this has been kind of the duo I've been rocking for the past month. It's been awesome. You do have, obviously, a glass front right here. IP69 dust and water resistance, which is not present on the S25 Ultra. IP68 is, but not IP69. Its display right here is phenomenal. It has a 6.82-inch 120 Hz AMOLED display, obviously as always on. It supports Dolby Vision, HDR10+, HDR Vivid, and all the great stuff. So those are the specs, but how has it performed in the past month? Oh, and I can't forget the peak brightness of 4500 nits. That has been, for me at least, a huge standing point. And the reason why I say that is because when I get to use this outdoors, I have no problems whatsoever because of that super bright display. Like, you are going to love consuming content. You're going to love watching videos. You're going to love playing games. Whatever it is you do on your phone, you're going to really enjoy it with the OnePlus 13. Now, here's the thing. It has a very slight curve on the display, so it's not a fully flat display. And I'm more for flat displays, but this is okay. It's very subtle, and it doesn't really hinder the way I use the phone, so no problems in that department. I also do like the alert slider right here. I hope they don't get rid of it. Rumors are they're going to kind of replace this alert slider with like some sort of an action button type of thing. I hope they keep it because it's just, you know, with one click, I guess, just changing the alerts, the slider right here, you can switch from silent to vibrate and then into ring mode. And for me, it's been very useful. I personally like it, and I know a lot of other people do. And I think more companies, more manufacturers should take note and bring some sort of alert slider to their devices. I also do like how you can use the OnePlus 13 to control your TV. I really do like that. It has an IR blaster, which a lot of companies, again, used to have in their smartphones back in the day. They got rid of them, and OnePlus, I think, also got rid of it at one point, but now has them back in it. But I could be mistaken about the point of them kind of dropping it and then bringing it back. But I like how it's there. It's been very useful, at least in my case. But the overall design is really nice. However, obviously using the Galaxy S25 Ultra, and I will be having a dedicated video between the two. It's like quality is not as premium, but again, I am rocking a case, so it's like, how much does that really matter? Not too much. And also, let me know how this video angle right here is for like A-roll, if you just want to see like a top down of me talking with the phone instead. I'm trying something new, so let me know in the comments down below. When we come to the performance in the past month, obviously with OnePlus, you cannot go wrong in the performance department. It has been snappy, it has been smooth, it has been fast. Whatever fast words come to your mind, this is what you get with the OnePlus 13. Whatever synonyms there are for fast and snappy, you get this with the OnePlus 13. Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset, 16 gigs of RAM. My model has half a terabyte of storage. Oxygen OS 15, and then you get 4 years of OS updates and then 6 years of security updates. And here's the thing, for me, I'm not a huge fan of Oxygen OS, like the style of it. I personally do like One UI 7 more, but it's been good. It's been pretty good. I've used the OnePlus 7 Pro, which was kind of more stock Android-ish. I don't really know if they're stock Android nowadays, but because Pixel is using like Pixel UI, they're using Material U, so it's not really. They have their own kind of spice and taste to it. So there is that. But Oxygen OS has been pretty decent, pretty good. It's got some good features here and there, but I don't really mind that. I just like the performance. It's just fast and never lets me down. And playing games on this, Clash of Clans, Call of Duty Mobile, whatever you want to play. If you want to play Pokemon TCG Pocket, Pokemon Go, if you want to browse the web, use it for social media, watching lots of YouTube videos, it is a breeze. Like, you really can't go wrong in the performance department. And I can confidently say that of using the OnePlus 13 in the past month, and I can easily recommend it, especially if you are in the market looking for a phone with stellar performance. So good job, OnePlus. Keep it up, and I can't wait for performance in the OnePlus 14, and hopefully OnePlus kind of goes back and brings the OnePlus Open 2, because I guess recently they announced they're not going to release the OnePlus Open 2 in 2025, which is kind of upsetting. I was looking forward to it, but hopefully they kind of go back on that and say, hey, you know what, we were joking. We're going to give you guys a OnePlus Open 2. Anyway, the cameras actually caught me off guard. And here's the thing. OnePlus has always kind of done decent in the camera department, but they haven't really put in their all. And after using, again, the Galaxy S25 Ultra, and I want to leave it for a separate video of comparing the two, but using them together, I have really come to appreciate the results I've been getting with the OnePlus 13 and the camera setup. So it's got a triple camera setup, all 50 megapixels. You got the regular wide with OIS. You got the periscope telephoto with 3x optical zoom and OIS, as well as an ultra wide. And they're really good. They're really good. And if you want to use it for videos, you can too. Now, I think phones have gotten so good. At this point, we're kind of like nitpicking into which cameras perform better. And honestly, it comes down to a preference thing. Like, which phone camera do you prefer? That's for you. Which one is to your liking? Do you like photos that are more saturated or not? Then you go with a certain brand or not. Whatever it may be, it comes down to you. I'll be leaving photos up here on screen for you guys to kind of nitpick yourself. But they're good. They are reliable. And if this is your phone and you want to start making content, it's going to be a great phone to do so. So yeah, I mean, phones have gotten so good. You can pretty much start making content with any phone. And when I say content, it can be talking about tech. It can be talking about your hobby. You collect Pokemon cards, you collect figurines, or you want to start making content about cars, whatever it may be. Your smartphone, the best camera is the one you have in your pocket, which would be this right here. But yes, it's been very, very good. So I'm really happy with the results of the OnePlus 13. The battery life is even better. A 6,000 milliamp hour battery, but in the past month, this easily lasts me all day. Like, I am ending the day with 50% of battery life. And on top of that, the standby time is very, very good, but also wire charging 80 watts right here. Now, I know in other regions there's faster, like 100, 120 watts of wire charging and maybe even faster. But here in the US, like, we don't really get to have too many options. Like, we have the OnePlus, we have the Pixel, we have the Samsungs and the iPhones. And those don't have 80 watts wire charging. So getting from 0 to 60 in literally like 30 minutes, I'm usually getting like 29 minutes, is phenomenal. More manufacturers need to take note. Google, please bring super fast charging. Samsung, Apple, please, whatever it is, bring faster charging to your phones, because it just makes a huge difference. And when you use a phone with fast charging, it's hard to go back. And on top of that, if you have the right accessory, you can get 50 watts of wireless charging, which I actually do have the correct accessory on my desk over to my right. And yeah, it's 50 watts wireless charging is faster than my 45 watts of wire charging with the Galaxy S25 Ultra, so that does say a lot. But easily 7-8 hours of screen on time with this phone. Now they're using, I believe, is what they call a silicon carbon battery, And yeah, that essentially is a higher density battery, so it has a larger capacity, and hopefully we'll get even a larger capacity next year, maybe perhaps a 7,000 milliamp hour battery. But a lot of phone manufacturers are kind of going this route. It is also a reduced risk of overheating too. So it's an improvement in the battery tech, and I'm all for it. And I believe this is also like broken into two. So it's not a single 6,000 milliamp hour battery, but it's two 3,000 milliamp hour batteries, which also equates to helping with faster charging. So it's been very good. If you're looking for a phone with great battery life, especially here in the US, you really can't go wrong with the OnePlus 13. And then the pricing for this, I think, is actually very, very good. Now, don't get me wrong, like when I say $899, that's expensive. But when you have competitors here in the US that are priced at $1,300, that are priced at $1,100, they're essentially priced more than this, and you're getting a beautiful package from this phone, it sounds like this is going to be a better buy. $899 for the base for 256 gigs and 16, or I think that's 12 gigs of RAM actually. And then if you want to get the model that I have, which at the time of pre-order, I got mine for $899, but $999 for the top tier model, 512 gigs of storage and 16 gigs of RAM. It's still cheaper than the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Like, you're getting a really, really good phone. You're getting a beautiful design, in my opinion. I really like this. I think this is OnePlus's new iconic design. Beautiful, gorgeous display, snappy performance, very good cameras. I guess you kind of have to really use it. In the past, like the first few weeks of using the cameras, I thought they were like decent, whatever. But when I got my hands on the S25 Ultra, I started comparing the two photos, like side by side of photos I take. I was pretty shocked of how good the results were with the OnePlus 13. So yeah, overall you're getting a great package. Would I recommend the OnePlus 13? Oh, definitely. Definitely. Now, I will be holding on to this, and I will be switching back and forth like I always do. Long-term reviews, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is, months later, and then hopefully a year later. But it's been holding up very well so far. I think OnePlus has kind of done a very good job. It just makes me excited for what's next with OnePlus. They're really, really doing well, both in with phones, with smartwatches, with wearables. Well, smartwatches is wearable, with like audios with the OnePlus Buds Pro. I think I have the Pro 2s. The Pro 3s are out, I believe. I have the 2s, and I absolutely love them. They are amazing. Seriously though, good job OnePlus. And yeah, that's really it. 1 month later, I can easily recommend it. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, definitely be sure to superman that like button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video wherever the share is, because it really does help out the channel out a lot and will help push my content out to more people. That's been it for me. I'll catch you guys in the next video.